We have our new Yakima City Manager, Robert Harrison, on the phone with us this morning. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Lance.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here.
yeah, nice to have you. Nice to have you. Well, you started your job on Tuesday, right?
Yes, got a full week and 2 days under my belt.
Wow, how's it? How you feeling? What do you give us your reaction to the valley, to your new job? How you feeling these days?
Oh, I'm feeling great. First of all, it's absolutely beautiful here in this area. It's been a little bit interesting with the fires that we've had and the smoke that we've seen this week. But, I'm taking this opportunity to meet some of our community leaders and our citizens and our council members and get a look at the budget. There's so much opportunity in the community. I'm really excited to be here.
You got a Bachelor of Arts degree from Marquette University, Master of Public Administration from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. How about your family? You got a family, Robert? Tell us a little bit about you.
I do. Well, I grew up in the Wisconsin area. That's why I ended up at those two universities and was there for most of my life up till I was 25, 26. And then I moved out to the Cincinnati area where I was city manager of a suburb there for 12 years and then came out to Washington State in 2010. It's been great. All of my family still remains back in the Wisconsin area. Here I've got 5 children. Yeah, yeah, it keeps me busy. And moved out to Washington State in 2010. And 3 of those kids 2 of those kids have graduated college. One's a nurse and one's working over on the west side. She just started a new job. And then the other kids are still in school.
Excellent. Well, you got a nurse in the family. That's good. And because I have my daughter is also a nurse as well. Tell us. It's tough to, I guess, maybe look at the challenges that you've got ahead. But what do you think is your biggest challenge at this point here for Yakima?
Well, I think there's been several things. One is we need to continue to grow economically, and economic development's a priority. The mill site and the redevelopment of that has been underway and discussed for a long period of time. And so I think there's real opportunity there to continue to add jobs and grow the tax base. The other thing I've heard consistently, both in my interview and from the council, is that fiscal sustainability is important. And so over my next year in time, I want to make sure that our finances are aligned with the priorities that we have as a city, and we're maintaining what we have and investing in those areas that are important to the community.
Just coming into the budget conversations, I would imagine, or if not now, shortly. What's it like to come into a city at this stage of the game and try to gulp down all the information about, what truly are the budgetary needs and possibilities, and how do you plan with the uncertainty of COVID out there? I mean, I imagine this makes this a particularly interesting stew to try to mix and serve up, doesn't it?
Yeah, Lance, you put your finger on it. I mean, at this point, a lot of the budget has been prepared and done by the department directors and finance director. So what I do get a chance to do quickly during this time is review the larger numbers. What do the revenues look like, and what's the impact of COVID on that? And then making sure we've got good alignment on the expense side so that we present a balanced budget to the council. But I think where I really will have an impact even better on the budget is going at 2021.
So the underground question is, do you wear a blue mask or a black mask? That's the people want to know, inquiring minds. So it's going to be kind of weird. I mean, the council's not sitting back in for meetings yet, right? So it's distance administration, social distance administration.
Yeah, that's always going to be a challenge. I think the council's adapted as well as the staff as best we can to manage our governance process, during the COVID. And so we'll continue to work and learn through that to make sure we get the best process we can.
One of the things that people have asked about is the public comment, the ability to address the council. Any thoughts on that or a way to make that happen?
Sure. We're going to have a report to council on Tuesday night. The city clerk did some research of how cities are managing public comment across the state, and took the results of that survey, and we presented it to council. It depends really on the process. What we're doing now to have public comment submitted in writing via email by certain date is how several communities are doing it, but several communities are using Zoom and allowing public comment during that process. So it's really going to be up to the council how they want to take advantage of that public process, and I know they're going to talk about it on Tuesday.
Robert, this is Dave, as Lance's partner. I just want to offer Lance and myself up as potential readers of letters to the council. If you need just professional broadcasters to read the comments, we'd be more than happy to throw on a mask and come on down and read over the, encouragements and complaints. So keep that in mind. File that away, as they say.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. I appreciate that public service you provide.
That's the least we can do, trust me.
Is there any talk about when City Hall will be open in your circles?
We really are preparing the protocols and procedures in place as we start to call some of our employees back. But we're really looking at the health department and the governor's office for guidance. And that's really where we're at. We've got to kind of take their lead on that process.